Hi, my name is Natasha Grady. I'm making this video to try to get some clarification. I need a little bit of help. So I was currently on Section 8. August 1st, I had got married in Michigan. My husband stayed in Texas. I came back to Alabama to finish getting me and the kids together to go ahead and move because my lease was up November 1st. And Houston told me that I need to get on putting in the transfer paper over as soon as possible because they was a little backed up. So when I came back from Michigan to Alabama, the first thing I did was contact my Section 8 worker and asked her, what all do I need to do to put in a transport my Section 8 over to Houston. My Section 8 worker told me I need to fill out a portability form. I went down there, I filled out a portability form. I think it was August 9th. I got the picture of the portability form and everything. So the whole time, all the way up until about October, it was, oh, we haven't heard anything back from Houston Section 8. We done asked them for this, that, and the third. They still haven't responded to us and all that stuff. So every day I've been calling Houston, every day. They like, we haven't received anything or nothing like that. So they was like, well, give her the second fax number because, you know, we still on COVID restrictions. So everybody's at home working and people might not be at the fax machine. I said, okay. So I gave her the other number. She said, I sent. And then she said, oh, we heard something back from them. Now we're just waiting on your landlord with the estimates of damages. Okay, that's fine. Come October, my husband had came down, and so did my little sister that came down to try to help me somewhat finish packing up. Now, I have 5 kids, and I was working. So they came down to help me pack or whatever the case may be. The landlord just invited herself right on into the house. Like, she was still living there, just invited herself right on into the house. And my husband was like, ma'am, who let you in? My mom was on the phone and everything. She was like, I got the keys. I can come in whenever I want to. I got the keys. I can come in whenever I want to. So it was a big brawl, like a whole big argument because you just walked up in the house because you thought I had left already. Because, see, she had came over the day before because the whole time since I've been living there for a year, she comes over every single day to feed her cats. The same gate that she claimed that we broke, me and my kids had broke, she used that gate every day as well. But needless to say, I got it fixed. So, because one thing I have learned about this whole experience is that Section 8 is all for the landlords. The landlords could be crooked as ever, but they all for the landlords. They don't care nothing about the tenants, nothing about their family or nothing. Whatever the landlord said, that's what it is. So October was all about, well, first it was like $5K. If you pay your landlord $5K, we're going ahead and move your Section 8 over. I was like, what? I don't owe this ain't no $5K. It went from $5K to about $1,700. If you pay $1,700, we can move your Section 8 over. I'm like, I have receipts. I have pictures. I don't owe this lady that. My lease was up November 1st of this year, 2021. The Section 8 worker contacted me November 3rd and told me they was terminating my Section 8 due to multiple violations. It's like, multiple violations? What are you talking about? She said, for unauthorized guests. I'm like, who's supposed to be the unauthorized guest? My husband is the unauthorized guest. Well, how can he be the unauthorized guest if he don't even live here? He's still in Texas where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to get my Section 8 moved to in Texas. So, needless to say, they terminated me. And then she was like, well, I'm going to send the termination letter and the hearing or whatever you want to do to the old address. Now, me thinking my old address would be my cousin's house because that's where I moved from. But no, instead of her telling me what the address was or anything like that, she sent it to the house that I just moved out of. So, of course, I didn't get the letter. So, I put all our emails on Facebook. The very next day, she contacted me, was like, oh, I'm trying to help you out on this, that, and the third. Cool. Put in the hearing request, whatever. December 2nd, we went to the hearing. and the hearing officer upheld the decision. Now, the letter is so funny to me because they put it as I recertified my Section 8 in August. And I did not recertify my Section 8 in August. I put in a request to transport my Section 8 over. Now, with that being said, I called around different Section 8 office to ask them if I put in a request the same month I got married, was I supposed to report that I was married? Every last single one of them said no, because you're not staying there, you're not staying in our state, and you're moving, and your husband is not even in the same state nor in the same house as you. So it wouldn't matter if you're married or not, because you're moving now. You're transporting your Section 8 over. There's no need for us to get all his information and all that to put him on your voucher. If you're moving, you could do that in the state you're moving to. That's one messed up they messed up on. Number two messed up. The landlord wanted me to pay like about $1,000 or something like that to fix the cracks in her tile flooring. I had a contractor, a flooring contractor, to come out, look at the flooring, and he seen that it was put in improperly. And by that being put in properly, it's easy to be cracked, broken, and it's very, very unsafe. The hearing officer, okay, it's flooring in the hallway, the kitchen, the bathrooms, both bathrooms. But the hearing officer said I only didn't have to pay for the tile floor in the kitchen. So I'm thinking like maybe the floor contractor put that, he only looked at the flooring in the kitchen. So I went back and read both of the letters he wrote and the estimate he wrote. Nothing in it specified what tile flooring he looked at. He said tile flooring. That means he looked at everything. So how do you go back and say, okay, she don't have to pay for the kitchen flooring, but the bathroom floorings and the hallway flooring she got to pay for? It's still put it in properly. I've been calling my legal aid lawyer for a very long time. I'm asking, like, can I appeal this because this is wrong? I did not sign no paperwork saying that I want to recertify my Section 8. I have all my emails. I have videos. I have pictures. I know what form I signed. So how do y'all switch it up and say that I signed one form when I put in a request to move and I signed another form? But my lawyer, the legal aid lawyer, said, oh, there's nothing that you can do but take them to federal court. Because this is the one thing that really like upset me. The hearing officer can decide what I can and can't pay for. What? So you mean to tell me the hearing officer can make her own rules up? She can make her own laws up now? Because that don't make sense. How you gonna sit here and nitpick what somebody can and can't do? So I was wondering if anybody else is out there that can help. Like right now, I'm currently 14 weeks pregnant. And right now, me and my kids, we're living in the shelter now because of all of this. And I keep blaming myself for this because all I keep saying is, if I would have paid this money, none of this would have happened. If I only would have paid that money, none of this would have happened. If they would have acted like none of this was even worth it, no nothing. But since I wanted to stand my ground, what was right, now I'm paying for it. Now my kids are suffering. Now they paying for it. And I feel like this is my fault because I felt like I didn't owe that lady that money, and I still don't owe her that money. But yet they trying to force me to pay this money, which I have nothing but proof and documents. And the lady, the landlord, never came to court with nothing. She didn't have no proof. She had no doc. She had nothing. What she had was pictures of me when we was packing up and we was moving. That's what she had no pictures when we left, how the house looked when we left, no nothing. She had none of that. Then she wanted us to pay $250 to get the carpet clean again, and we got the carpet clean the day before we moved out. it's not so much that I'm sitting here complaining and crying over a Section 8 voucher. I'm sitting up here upset about how I was done wrong. Because before I didn't have Section 8, I still was making a way for us to have a house. That's not the case. That's not the problem. My only issue is that this is wrong and this is corrupt, and I want to put a stop to it. So if anybody else out there that can help me, just let me know. Thank you.